So you remember Hostel, right? You got to remember part 1 for this to make sense. So this movie starts literally where the last one ended. Paxton just killed that businessman in the train bathroom and is sitting there, a total wreck. The cops find him in this awful state and take him to a hospital. And then these serious-looking guys come to talk to him. Paxton spills everything. He tells them all about the messed up stuff in Slovakia, the whole hunting club, and he's like, they all have this tattoo, a bloodhound. So the guys listen to his whole story, then they just shut the door. They hold up their hands and get this. They have the exact same tattoo. They're like, you mean this one? And before Paxton can even process it, they murder him. But psych, it was all just a nightmare. In reality, Paxton is completely losing his mind from all the trauma. He's hiding out with his girlfriend at her grandma's house so no one can find him. He's too scared to tell the cops anything because he knows these club people are super powerful and they'll find him and kill him. He's acting so weird and paranoid all the time that he gets into this huge fight with his girlfriend and just storms out. So the next morning, she's looking for him. She walks into the kitchen and, oh my bad, she finds his body with his head cut off. It's just lying on the floor and his cat is eating it. So messed up. Okay, so then we cut to Sasha, the guy who runs the whole murder club. Some dude brings him a box and Sasha gives him this look like, good job. Then we meet the new victims, characters. It's 3 American girls, Lorna, Whitney, and Beth. They're in art class in Rome sketching this model, a girl named Excel. After class, Excel comes up and is like, hey, can I see the sketch? It's not even that great, but she really wants to buy it. Beth is super nice and just gives it to her for free. So Excel's like, let me buy you a drink, but the girls say no because they're in a rush to catch a train. They're all heading to a spa to relax. So they get on the train, Beth and Whitney go to get a drink, leaving Lorna by herself in their little cabin. On their way, they bump into this super strange, creepy-looking man, but they just kind of brush it off. And then, surprise, they run right into Excel on the train. Beth is like, what are you doing here? And Excel has this totally convenient story, like, oh, when you said you were going to a spa, it sounded so fun, I just had to go too. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, back in the cabin, that same creepy guy is just staring at Lorna through the window. Then he just slips inside for a second. When Beth and Whitney get back, Lorna is totally crying. She's like, some guy just came in and stole my iPad. And right on cue, Excel shows up holding the iPad and she's like, you won't believe this. A man tried to rob me and this must have fallen out of his pocket. So she looks like the hero, but you just know something is super wrong.
So of course, they invite her into their cabin. No suspicion at all. They're all drinking and Axel's like, you guys should forget the spa and come with me to this amazing place in Slovakia. It's so peaceful. And since the girls are just looking to chill and have a good time on vacation, they're like, yeah, okay. So they get to Slovakia and check into the exact same hostel from the first movie, Big Red Flag, right? The receptionist invites them to a big festival happening that night. They go to their room and Beth sees this super happy-looking couple in the room next door. Then, get this, we see the receptionist take their passports. He scans them and uploads them to this secret murder auction website. People from all over the world start bidding on them. And this one guy, Todd, pays a ton of money for Whitney and Beth. This whole business is happening right under everyone's noses. Todd calls up his buddy Stuart and is like, dude, you got to get in on this. It's their first time trying this crazy stuff. So Todd and Stuart get to Slovakia and are treated like total rock stars. That night, the girls go to the festival with Axel. And guess who's there? Todd and Stuart just staring at them because, they literally just bought them. This whole festival isn't really a festival. It's just a place for all the psychos to meet the people they're about to torture and kill. While they're there, Whitney spills some serious tea to Lorna. She says that Beth is crazy rich, like her mom died and left her everything. So she's so loaded she could probably buy the whole country. They're all having fun, but Lorna is kind of sitting by herself until this guy comes up and asks her to dance. Another local kid tries to talk to Beth, but she blows him off. He says something super weird like, I could help you, and then just leaves. Then the receptionist offers Beth a drink and she accidentally spills it all over Stuart, who just happens to be standing right there. She feels so bad and offers to get him a new one. As she's doing that, Lorna runs up all excited, saying the guy she's dancing with wants to take her out on a boat. Beth is like, no way, we don't know these people. So she goes back to talk to Stuart. They chat for a bit, and as she's leaving, he says, good night, Beth. And she totally stops. She's like, wait a minute, I never told you my name. Stuart plays it off super smooth and says, I heard your friend say it. She buys it and leaves. But as she's walking away, she sees Lorna getting on the boat with that guy anyway. She tries to stop her, but it's too late. The guy's name is Roman, and he takes Lorna to this creepy, isolated spot where a bunch of people drug her and knock her out. Beth and Whitney head back to the hostel, and Axel says she'll wait for Lorna. Yeah, right. Back in their room, Beth sees two guys in the room next door, the one where the happy couple was, and they're packing up their stuff in a huge hurry. They see her and slam the door shut. So suspicious. The next morning, Axel takes Beth and Whitney out to a farm, and they're having a great time, thinking Lorna is off having some hot romantic adventure with Roman. But the whole time, Lorna is in that murder factory, naked and hanging upside down over a bathtub. And then this other woman, who's just chilling in the tub below her, takes this huge scythe-looking thing and just starts slicing her up. It's horrible.
So her blood is just pouring down into the tub, and this woman is just bathing in it. Then she just slits Lorna's throat and keeps on bathing. So gross! Okay, so then we see Beth, and she wakes up in the spa. It's totally empty. Super creepy. She starts looking for Whitney, but then these guards just show up out of nowhere to grab her. She makes a run for it, climbs this huge wall, and jumps down to the street. And who does she run into? That same kid from the festival. She begs him for help, but he's just like, nope, and walks away. She runs into the woods, and these little psycho street kids surround her and start beating her up, but then Axel and Sasha, the big boss, roll up and save her. And then Sasha does this crazy thing. He makes the kids line up and push one of them forward, and he just shoots the kid, dead. And the other kids, they don't even blink. They just walk off like it's no big deal. Total insanity. So Axel takes Beth to Sasha's huge fancy house, and there's this amazing painting of Axel on the wall. And Beth is like, wait a minute, why would she want my crappy sketch when she has this? And that's when you know it was all a setup. Meanwhile, Whitney is being prepped by a makeup artist for the clients. She tries to escape, but there are cameras everywhere, and the guards block all the doors. No way out. Back at the house, Beth is snooping around. She sees a photo of the guy who stole the iPad and another picture of the girls from the first movie. She looks out the window and sees the same guards from the spa. And it all clicks. Axel is one of them. She freaks out and locks herself in a wardrobe and finds a secret passage. And it leads to this room that's just full of heads, like trophies. And whose head is right there? Paxton's. It's actually him. But before she can even scream, the guards grab her. So Todd and Stuart finally show up, all cleaned up and ready to go. Stuart walks into his room, and there's Beth, tied to a chair. He pretends to be shocked. He's like, oh my God, I didn't want this. My friend made me come. He unties her, and she makes a run for the door. But just as she gets there, he smacks her over the head from behind and knocks her out. Then he ties her right back to the chair. Total fake out. Meanwhile, in the other room, Todd has Whitney. He gets this power cutter thing and tries to use it on her, but it gets stuck in her hair and scalp. He's so grossed out by the whole thing that he just quits and walks out. But that's against the rules. You can't leave without finishing the kill. So for punishment, they just let a pack of dogs loose on him and they tear him to pieces. So then they patch Whitney up, take a picture of her all messed up, and put her back up for auction at a huge discount. And who buys her? Stuart. Just because he knows she's Beth's friend. He kills Whitney and then takes her necklace and puts it on Beth. Super sick. But Beth is smart. She starts pretending to seduce him to save herself. He unties her and lays her on a table. And just as he gets close, she grabs something sharp and stabs him. She totally turns the tables and ties him to the chair. The guards rush in, but she holds a weapon to Stuart's throat and is like, I'll kill him! Get Sasha in here! Sasha comes and says they both have to die now. But Beth plays her trump card. She's rich. She offers to buy her way out. Sasha's like, that's not how it works. The only way you leave is if you kill someone and become a member. And Beth doesn't even hesitate. She just brutally tortures Stuart and leaves him to die. So she gets the bloodhound tattoo carved into her skin. She's officially part of the club now. And what does she do with her new power? She uses those psycho street kids to help her lure Axel out into the woods, and then she cuts off Axel's head. And the movie ends with the kids just kicking Axel's head around like a soccer ball. And that's it. Movie over.